What brings us together as humans? It's feelings, isn't it? We all feel, respond, and react emotionally to life's ups and downs. We deal with relationships and events all the time. Some we can cope with, some we can comprehend and find reasons for, and others can be really confusing and disturbing. These are some of the queries that challenge people in their everyday lives. In this series, I have attempted to address a few common issues that you may be dealing with, or you may know someone else who needs help with these questions. I'd like to remind you that there are no good or bad questions and no stupid people for asking them. There is no stigma attached to anyone who may be troubled because of these issues. This series is to help you or someone you know to get an inspirational and alternate view of some of the topics we are going to be talking about. These common issues, you may find that you relate to them too. So listen on.
Join spiritual psychologist and India's #1 biofeedback practitioner, Ritu Malhotra, as she guides you through the paths of self-discovery and personal transformation so that you can live in alignment with your values and purpose. This podcast is brought to you by Ajna Center for Learning. To know more about Ajna and connecting with the host, check out the links given in show notes. You are listening to the Cellular Alchemist podcast, and here's your host, Ritu Malhotra.
Being quick to anger destroys relationships. Anil comes in for a session and says, I'm quick to anger and I have a short temper, which spoils my relationships. And I regret it later. So, first I'd like to say that anger isn't a bad emotion. It can actually help you to be honest or stand up for something that you believe in. So, anger isn't wrong. It's how to cope. That is the learning lesson. And how to learn to replace it with something more beneficial and positive. I have learned that understanding and emotional progress comes in 3 stages. First is after the fact. You blow up, shit hits the fan, you're upset, and so is everyone involved. Moments, minutes, hours pass, and you realize what you've done. It's too late, of course. Then the second stage is, while you're going through it, you're reacting, raising your voice, probably too loudly, blaming, and all the rest. And something in your brain goes, stop. What are you doing? And now you have an opportunity to do something else, like apologize. Or admit that you want to change the energy and move away for a while, etc. And the final stage is when your awareness kicks in even before you actually take an action. Your brain says, are you sure you want to do this? You know where this will go. You've been down this road before. And you know the consequences too. These are the 3 stages. After the fact, during the event, and before it occurs. It's important to understand that anger is a habit, a habitual way of responding to any stressful life event. It's probably a childhood learning reaction of the way we learn to protect ourselves. Whether it is expressed or unexpressed, when we go deeper, we can see that every time we feel let down or disappointed or threatened or unwelcomed, or even when someone doesn't hear us, we feel not heard, we get furiously angry. But what are we really feeling? To the one who feels anger, it's like a loss of something. You fear losing acceptance or love or your pride or your protection. That is why you're angry. And there's even more to learn from this anger as we go deeper yet. You're angry because you feel unacceptable, uncared for, unloved, and maybe separated from another. Please know this, that we are all made to feel connected and feel one with other people. And when we don't, it really hurts us. These emotions are so precious and private that we don't acknowledge them even to ourselves. They make us feel vulnerable, so we learn to go indifferent and ignore them. But as we all know, that whatever we suppress or resist, it persists. Actually, anger is a great learning opportunity. It shows us what we are denying within ourselves in order to be angry. When anger rages, we don't take responsibility for doing anything else, like being willing to do something else, to either encourage or motivate or even prepare ourselves to move towards calmness and safety. Anger just seems to lock us into a one-sided view of the situation. So what I want to share is that because anger is a destructive habit, we can all learn to honor ourselves with the other side that it's pointing us towards. Anger motivates us to find peace and fulfillment inside us. That which we are looking for others to give us. Every time we think or say, he makes me angry, it's actually untrue. No one can make us do anything. We make ourselves angry by what they do and hurt ourselves in the process. Another thing we can teach ourselves as an antidote to anger is to shift our attention to something else, force our attention to go somewhere else, to distract, and to change our focus. And we notice that in a short while, we aren't that angry anymore. You know, there's a beautiful poem that I read long, long ago, and it's by the poet Wordsworth, the English poet Wordsworth, and it's called Pippa Passes. It's the story of this young girl who is passionately involved in singing a song. And she's moving along a road, walking along, skipping, singing, so completely